honor to be invited by my brokerage's manager, Himelfarb, to be the guest speaker today, speak about a part of my experience with other realtors, and I can't wait to do that.
Nikki Hessami, who joined our office, can you remind me how long?
2022, Kathy.
2022, it feels like you've been here for a long time, but it's only 2022. Nikki is an example, I don't want to embarrass you, but of the ultimate in business acumen. And knowing how to take your business and see it grow and watch it grow, while at the same time being innovative and I think that part of it is fearless.
Thank you.
For me, like when I look at you, I look at someone who sees an opportunity, knows how to seize it, and doesn't let fear or insecurity ever get in the way. I just think that you have amazing vision. So anyway, I don't want to embarrass you with compliments. I thought that, if you could share some of the things you've done, just because you've progressed so quickly within our little brokerage here, that there's all kinds of, I find that the best things you can learn, and sometimes, you may say 5 really important things today, but only one of them may resonate with the people who are in the meeting, and that's all that needs to resonate. Because if you find that one thing, you go, hey, that's the way I need to do things now, I need to change it up a little, it's very, very valuable. So I've actually put together like a sort of a guide of some questions that I could ask you. I thought that might be a good way to start. So I should put on my glasses, I can't see. I'm just curious, do you actually have a business plan? And can you tell us what sort of the key components are of it?
Absolutely, Kathy. First of all, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. I'm so humbled to be here and share my experience with you and the other agents in the brokerage. So I got my license, Kathy, in 2018. And when I started, I didn't know anything about real estate. It was just like a hobby instead of being a business for me. So I didn't know my numbers. I just relied on my brokerage. I didn't have any weekly targets, daily targets, monthly targets, and so on and so forth. And after a while, I started to learn a little bit, and I got some mentors. Absolutely, I have mentors. That is for sure. It's a must. And I started to dissect my business and work on my KPI'S, all the numbers that I had to focus on. Like, for example, what is my average selling price, Kathy? How many number of transactions do I need to have in order to get to that income at the end of the year? So there are lots of details. And again, I was, Kathy, working in my business, and it took me a while to understand how I should work on my business. And it's a process. Maybe you don't know how to do that at the beginning, but don't give it up and just try to learn.
Right, so what you're saying is you treat this as a career, yes, and that's being in it and being carried away by the day-to-day, but you also treat it as a business, as you would treat any small business.
Right.
And you analyze the numbers, and you restructure where you need to, and you allot, expenses where you need to for marketing or whatever you need to do. Listen, you have a videographer here today. That's very forward thinking. A lot of people might not do that, but you saw this as an opportunity.
That's right. So all these things, like for example, again, knowing the KPIs, the key performance indicators, like for example, other than the numbers, you need to know who you are, you need to know who is your target audience. And like speaking about my camera person, if I'm on social media, what message I want to convey to my audience and what audience I want to target, because I don't want to waste my money. This is important, right? This is our hard-earned money. So what I gonna say, how I gonna say, what I gonna look on the video, how I gonna talk. These are all the things that you need to consider in the business, and I still need to learn a lot.
Yes, we all do.
I still need to improve a lot.
Okay, can you walk us through like maybe a regular day, a business, like a day that you're working?
Yeah, sure. So, in the beginning, I have to do my exercises. I have to do my spiritual reading. That's very important. My me time, I can say. And then after that, no matter what, Kathy, I'm on the phone, like from 9 to 12, non-stop on the phone, no distraction. And this is another thing I wanted to share. Like, this is in other questions, but I'm gonna emphasize on this. You cannot be successful in this business without picking up the phone. No, that's a no-brainer. So it doesn't matter if you wanna do videos, if you wanna do social media, if you wanna go to these events, this, that. At the end of the day, you have to pick up the phone and call people. So that is for me, like that's a locked time for me, 9 to 12. And then after 12, Kathy, I'm gonna do, like if I have, for example, showings, if I have Zoom meetings, everything is going to be done in the afternoon and in the evening time. And sometimes I work until 9 p.m. I'm available when the client is there. I have to be available, because if I'm not available, then they're gonna find out another realtor.
Right. And now, you know, it's funny because I was reading something interesting yesterday. I guess we were talking about this. I was talking about with Courtney actually about just going out, I guess, and farming new clients and trying to sort of drum up business, which we're always trying to do one way or another. And this, like the analogy that Brian Buffini gets is that you're the mayor and all your friends and family, relatives, they're your constituents. And you want to be the mayor of your city. You want to be, when they're thinking real estate, they're thinking about you, and they're like how to approach people. Like, how do you tell people that you're a realtor, that you're capable, and that you can take care of their needs when they're in your circle? Like,
sure. I would say this took me a long time, Kathy, about me changing my mindset. I was like mostly a transactional agent. That was the way I was trained. It was not my fault. It was not my option. It's not my character. And then I changed this mindset to become a realtor, to be of service to people, rather than just doing transactions and looking at people as number signs, as dollar signs. No. So for me, I look at that person and I say, hey, listen, I'm a real estate broker with Forest Hill Brokerage in Yorkville. And is there anything about real estate that I can be of assistance to you? And I don't care. I know a lot of agents, if they know that person is not ready to do a transaction in a month or so, they're gonna give up. For me, this is a lead. I don't mind if they do business with me 5 years from now.
yeah.
I still follow up, and I still try to give them value. Not just looking like, I want to be a giver, not a taker. And if they know me, they like me, they're gonna trust me, and they're gonna do business with me for life. That's the kind of relationships, Kathy, I care about. And that's how I talk. Is there anything that I can be of assistance to you? Oh, you need a plumber. Oh, for example, you need a moving company. Fine, you have your own agent right now. That's fine. These are my best contact people.
Yeah, well, it's interesting because that's like one of the things that Brian Buffini is saying, is that when you ask people, you know, is there somebody, if you were going to buy or sell a house right now, is there somebody you would work with?
Exactly.
Do you have somebody you would work with? Do you ask people that?
I ask them.
Because that's a very pointed question, because you may hear, yes, I'll work with my sister-in-law, and you go, okay.
Yeah, you cannot go around the sister-in-law, that's for sure. That's another questions that when I'm on the phone, I qualify people, because we don't want to waste our time as well. So definitely that's a question. Do you have any realtor that you usually work with? And if they say yes, okay. If in future, if there is anything changes, I would love to be your trusted real estate advisor.
And you say that, no problem?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
I just,
I mean, everyone says that that's what you need to say.
Yeah.
I mean, that even goes back to like Richard Robbins and you know, Mike Ferry. Like they say, you should say to people, are you buying or selling? Like if you are thinking of buying or selling, think of me.
Exactly. And I try, Kathy, to make them feel comfortable with me so that they can open up. And I know a lot of things about them. And then I know how to solve their problem. And then that's how I build that trust with them that I need. That's my approach.
Okay, well that's great. And like, do you have a specific social media strategy? We talked about the fact that you're very, that you're on Instagram, you're very active in social media, you take a lot, I'm just telling the agents because I may not know this about you. When you see an opportunity, you grab it. If you see a nice listing, you ask them, do you mind if I come and I take a tour of your listing and put it on my social media? And I bet like 99% of the time people say sure.
Yeah,
yes?
Yeah, absolutely, they say sure. So in regards to social media, Kathy, again, there are way too many agents that are far better than me, and I have a long way to get there. But for me, my social media, that is something important that I want to share with the agents. Social media should be a combination of education, entertainment, and elevation. So if you're just posting, just listed, just sold, you're gonna make people bored and nobody cares about you. People love to know you, who you are, okay? So for me, I try to not only share tips about real estate, for example, give value, give information to people. Also, if there is a listing, I love that listing. I'm gonna go there, I'm gonna go live on Instagram, or sometimes I have my camera people, it depends on the situation. That's real estate part. And then elevation is about motivational speeches, talking about being happy, being grateful every day, these kind of things. Everybody needs that, everybody loves that. And also, last but not least, Kathy, entertainment. I share my journeys, my trips. I share a lot of times my celebrations with my clients. I share my clients' journeys as a documentary. So it's about whole my life, that it's on social media as much as I can. Again, I'm not doing enough. I have to do more. But these are the things that you have to include in your social media if you want to grab attention from people.
Yeah, I agree. And also, it's such a personal business, and people really need to trust you and know you. So that they need to know you're capable, but they also need to know that they like you as a person.
Yeah, and feel relatable. So and it gives you, and a lot of people right now are online, Kathy, and they Google you, they search you. So if you're not there, maybe sometimes you don't have enough credibility or authority, and that's exactly as you said, people get to know you, like you, and trust you.
Yeah. Okay. I guess this is just an interesting question. Have you ever got a lead off social media? Has anyone ever contacted you and say,
Yeah, I got one I can refer to right now. So she's one of my friends, but not very close friend. And then she came to me, and I did the deal for her. And I asked her, how come you did this deal with me? And she said, well, Nikki, I have a realtor friend, close friend of mine, but I saw you're active on social media and you show lots of things you're doing, you're busy. And that's how I prefer to give my business to you. That's real. That really happened. But again, very important. It doesn't matter how many people like you, share you, or comment under your posts. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, you have to pick up the phone and call them. No transaction is being done on Instagram or social media. You have to call people and talk with them.
Yeah, you still have to call people. Don't do everything by text, everyone.
Yeah.
Okay.
No text. No text. Call.
No, you have to call. Okay, and if somebody doesn't want to pick up the phone, they won't, and they'll text you back, and then you can communicate with them that way.
Yeah.
But listen, you still need to have a personal connection. They have to hear your voice, and a lot of things get lost in text.
That's right.
A lot of the message gets lost in a text. Okay, well that's pretty interesting. I think that must happen to you a lot. What you don't realize with social media is that was a direct lead, but you may be reinforcing other people anyway who are already thinking maybe that they would work with you, and then they go, oh yeah, she's really in this. It's not a hobby. You know, this is obviously what Nikki does, and she does it well. Like, look how busy she is, look how active she is. People, everything adds to something else. You need so many different touch points with your clients.
That's right.
Right?
100%.
So that's just one of them, and it's a very powerful one.
Yes.
Because everyone has access to it. It's not like a newspaper ad or a magazine article or a billboard even, where you have to pass by it to see it. Like, I mean, social media, you just have to turn on your phone.
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
And another thing, Kathy, that I think it's gonna help a lot of realtors is that you need to have your face in the camera. Don't be afraid. Kathy, English is my second language. I was a university instructor. I'm used to talk in front of big audience, but in my own language, which is Persian.
Right.
And I was telling a younger agent the other day, you're born here. There is no excuse for you not to be in front of your camera, and people need to see your face and hear your voice. Without that, you can include lots of things, lots of photos, graphics, this and that, but you should be in the video.
Yeah, I agree. I think that you need, like, when I see agents doing that, there's a couple of agents who do it really well. Isaac's here, he does it. I think that it's fantastic. Like, there is nothing more powerful than seeing your face and hearing your words, even if it's for 10 or 15 seconds. Tell us what you think about the market. Tell us what you think about, some recent statistics that came out. Tell us what you think about the Bank of Canada. Tell us something that we're going to think is interesting and shows that you're in this and serious about this business. So I think that's amazing.